If you haven't heard of the game Roblox, your kids probably have. And tonight, a warning about the parental and online settings that every parent should hear, as a Spokane child was targeted by a predator online. You know, when we were kids, parents warned us about strangers in vans. Kids now have to be aware of strangers online and on video games. Good evening, I'm Nia Wong.
And I'm Aaron Luna. This isn't an internet conspiracy theory. It happened to a child right here in Spokane. A stranger targeted him through a video game chat and made disturbing threats and demands. In a 4 News Now investigation, Caitlin Knapp explains how the predator groomed and tricked the boy and what you can do to make sure this doesn't happen to your child.
Well, this is the video game Roblox. If your kids don't play it, their friends probably do. The site has more than 48 million active users. Most are between 9 and 13. Anyone can download it. Kids can also chat with people they don't know. And that's when one Spokane boy ran into trouble. Video games bring children to another world, to experience new things, and even chat online with friends. But that can leave the door open for someone with more sinister motives.
It's certainly happening more and more often.
That's what happened in Spokane to a child playing the popular game Roblox. Search warrant documents say that's how a predator began a conversation with the 9-year-old boy, a conversation that escalated for 4 months. The stranger even pretended to be the boy's pastor, further gaining his trust.
So there's a lot of different approaches they take. But always employing some kind of deception, some kind of threat, or promises of money or gifts to get that young person to open up and talk to them.
Then the conversation took an even darker turn. The stranger learned about the boy's past and threatened to shoot him, knowing one of the child's family members shot themselves. Then the predator asked the boy for nude pictures and video. The 9-year-old sent 25 naked photos and 5 videos to this stranger, who then asked the boy to introduce them to more friends. When introduced to a 9-year-old girl, search warrant documents say the predator tried the same thing. She didn't send them anything and told a school counselor who went to police.
They shouldn't be afraid to come forward when somebody is asking for these pictures, or even if they've sent these pictures. It's okay to talk to parents, school staff, or law enforcement.
Now, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is investigating. The FBI isn't involved yet, but they're aware of cases like this.
We're taking any number of approaches to track down and identify these predators.
Documents say the sexual images were shared through Roblox chat feature. The company told me gamers can only chat, not send pictures or videos. Roblox also says it filters inappropriate content for young users. But it doesn't mean predators can't find another way.
In games like Roblox, we as parents have a role to set up the child account properly.
Andy Robertson is a video game journalist who has written a book on how parents can help their kids avoid dangerous situations like this. He says Roblox automatically applies restricted settings based on age, but it's up to the parents to put in the right information.
And it's worth spending a good maybe half an hour looking at those settings, understanding them, maybe talking to your child about them, like who should you be able to talk to? Should anyone be able to make a friend request?
Through a parent's email, families can track what their child is playing and who they're talking to. Robertson says it's important to keep an open conversation.
But also, if your child comes across something that makes them feel unsettled or unsure, they're much more likely to talk to you about it.
Any form of media can be unsafe. That's why parents need to play a role at the beginning and monitor what's happening online.
And actually, it can be a really good first step. If you do it with your child, it can be a lovely way to build confidence and to build good habits for your child going online now when they're small, but also in their future life.
As for the stranger who preyed on the boy in Spokane, police are still trying to figure out their true identity. Investigators got a hold of what they believed was the predator's username on Roblox, but the company said it wasn't valid. If investigators do find out who did it, they can face at least 15 years in prison. I reached out to Roblox for an interview for this story. The company declined, but did provide a statement. Roblox said in part, "We work diligently to prevent, detect, and promptly report any suspected online grooming." And while Roblox moderates what happens on its game, other chat apps may have less stringent safety settings. This is why we also specifically monitor for and block chat where users might be trying to share other social media usernames in an attempt to bring a player off our platform and onto another. While safety starts with keeping an eye on a child's gaming habits, there are settings that allow families to restrict a child's account when someone isn't around. We'll walk you through how to do that on our website, kxoy.com. Live in studio, Caitlin Knapp, 4 News Now.